Welcome to Basic Electrical and Instrumentation Engineering. As a part of Unit 2 discussion, in this session, we are going to discuss single phase induction motor types. So actually, single phase induction motor, not self starting motor. To overcome this drawback, the single phase motor converted into two phase motor design. So according to this, we can classify single phase induction motor as one is split phase induction motor, second one capacitor start induction motor, third one capacitor start capacitor run induction motor, fourth one shaded pole induction motor. Let us discuss one by one. The first one is split phase induction motor. It also called as resistant start motor and also called as single cage type rotor motor. The stator winding divided into two parts. One is main winding or running winding. Second one is starting winding or auxiliary winding. The main winding and the starting winding are displaced 90 degree in space. This auxiliary winding has low inductive reactance and a high resistance. So current produced by auxiliary winding is nearly in space with supply voltage. This is supply voltage. So the starting winding has very less angle, nearly in phase. Next one, the main winding has high inductive reactance and very low resistance. Thus, the main winding current lags the supply voltage. So, this is supply voltage. This is main winding current. So, it lags the angle by pi m. So, there is a phase difference of 90 degree in between starting current and main winding current. So, the angle is alpha. So, this phase difference is enough to produce a rotating magnetic field. This rotating magnetic field starts the motor, right? Remember, the current of two winding is not equal, so the rotating field is not a uniform one. Here, starting torque is less than running torque. So at 70 to 80% of synchronous speed, 70 to 80% of synchronous speed, the centrifugal switch, this is centrifugal switch, is disconnected and the motor running with only main winding. So the speed torque characteristics of split phase is shown in figure. The starting torque T start is proportional to split angle alpha, but split phase motor give poor starting torque, which is 125 to 150 percentage of full load torque. The reversal of rotation of this motor is possible by reversing the line connections of either main winding or starting winding. So this can be done when the motor at standstill only. So this motor essentially constant speed motor. The speed variation is maximum 2 to 5% from no load to full load. So applications. So the split phase induction motor is suitable for easily started loads. So it is used to drive fans, blowers, centrifugal pumps, domestic refrigerators, washing machines, oil burners, small machine tools, food mixers, lathe, etc. As they have moderate starting torque and low starting current, they are seldom used for drives requiring more than 1 kilowatt only. Next one, capacitor start induction motor. A capacitor start motor is a single phase induction motor that employs a capacitor. Along with starting winding, a capacitor is there. So employs a capacitor in auxiliary winding or starting winding circuit to produce greater phase difference between the current in the main and auxiliary winding. So the name capacitor starts itself shows that the motor uses a capacitor for the purpose of starting. As similar to split phase induction motor, here also main winding, the current flowing through main winding is IM. This is starting winding or auxiliary winding. The current flowing through is IST. A capacitor is connected here to produce more phase angle. A centrifugal switch connected in series with capacitor. Here we are using squirrel cage rotor. So this is the phase diagram of capacitor start induction motor. The current IM, the current IM, that is current flowing through main winding, lags the voltage by an angle pi m, while due to the capacitor, the current in starting winding leads the voltage. See here, this is the voltage. It leads the angle by angle of pi st. Hence, there exists a large phase difference between the two currents, which is almost 90 degree, which is an ideal case, right? So this is the angle almost 90 degree. The starting torque is proportional to alpha, hence such a motors produce very high starting torque. When speed approaches to 70 to 80% of synchronous speed, the starting winding disconnected due to the operation of centrifugal switch. The capacitor remains in the circuit only at start, hence it is called capacitor start motor. The application of capacitor start motor are due to the high starting torque. These are used for refrigerator, air conditioner, compressor, reciprocating pumps, and other loads requiring high starting torque. The power rating of such motors lies between 120 watt to 750 watts. Next one, capacitor start, capacitor run induction motor. It contains two capacitors. In similar to split phase motor, the capacitor start, capacitor run motor having starting winding and main winding. The current flowing through main winding is IM, current flowing through starting winding is IST, I start. Otherwise, you can take it as IS. A capacitor is connected in series with series winding in capacitor start motor, but here two capacitors are connected in series with starting winding along with a centrifugal switch. So the uses of capacitors are a low value capacitor C1 for optimum running performance and much a larger capacitor C2 for optimum starting purpose, right? So at the time of starting, both C1 and C2 are connected. Therefore, the equivalent capacitor C1 plus C2 is more. So this IS leads with the supply voltage by a larger angle, and therefore the angle between IM and IS is larger. In starting torque we can get as T starting torque equal to K into IS into IM sin alpha. Once motor reaches around 75% of synchronous speed, the capacitor is disconnected. One capacitor is disconnected. Now only low value capacitor is in the circuit, and therefore the angle of lead of is from V is decreased and the power factor is improved and motor keeps running in this configuration. So main purpose of this capacitor start capacitor run induction motor is to get high starting torque and better power factor. So it combines the advantage of capacitor start and permanent capacitor and is used for hard to start loads such as compressor, refrigerator, pumps, conveyors, etc. These motors often employed requiring a quick operation motor such as in hospital and studios, etc. So this is the torque speed characteristics of capacitor split phase motor. So one is capacitor start, another one is capacitor run. Next important topic is shaded pole induction motor. Here in each pole 1/3 of the portion splitted and a shading band called copper band is connected. 2/3 of the pole space is unshaded part. So the first half of the portion is called unshaded part and second one is called shaded part due to the copper band. And here also we are using squirrel cage rotor for rotating purpose. Right. So we are applying AC supply to stator winding. We know that stator winding current is alternating in nature, so the flux produced by the stator current. In order to clearly understand the working of shaded pole induction motor, I considered three regions. This is alternating flux. So I'm going to split this as three regions. One is first part, when the flux changes its value from 0 to nearly maximum positive value. Second one is T2, when the flux remain almost constant at its maximum value. And third one, when the flux decreases from maximum value to 0. So according to these regions, we are analyzing split phase induction motor as follows. So region 1, when the flux changes its value from 0 to nearly maximum positive value. See the diagram. This is T1 region. So in this region, there is a first region. The rate of rise of flux and hence current is very high. Rate of rise of flux is high, that is 0 to nearly maximum. So current is high. According to Faraday's law, whenever there is a change in flux, EMF gets induced. So here a copper band is short circuited in this shaded pole. So the current starts flowing in copper band due to the induced EMF. This current in copper band produces its own flux. Now according to Lenz's law, the direction of this current in copper band such that it opposes its own cause. Which one is cause? The rise in current by stator winding and its flux. So this shaded ring flux opposes main flux which lead to crowding of flux in non-shaded pole of stator and flux weaken in shaded part. So most of the flux located in unshaded part only, very less number of flux in shaded part. So the non-distribution of flux causes magnetic axis to shift in the middle of non-shaded portion. This is the center of axis of rotation. Right? Next one. We are considering the region T2. When the flux remains almost constant at the maximum value T2. So in this region, the rate of rise of current and hence flux remains almost constant. The rate of rise of current is very less here, so flux remain constant. Hence, there is a very little induced EMF in the shaded portion. The little induced EMF in the shaded portion. So the flux produced by this EMF and there is no effect on main flux, and hence distribution of flux remains uniform throughout the pole, and magnetic axis lays in the center of the pole. In the first case, most of the flux crowded in the unshaded part. Here, all fluxes uniformly distributed throughout the pole. So this is the center of magnetic axis. Third one is the when T equal to T3. When flux decreases from maximum positive value to 0. At T2 it is a maximum value, at T3 it decreases to 0. So in this region, rate of decrease in flux. So here flux decreases, the rate of decrease in flux and hence current is very high. So according to Faraday's law, whenever there is a change in flux, EMF gets induced. Since the copper band is short circuited, the current starts flowing in the copper band due to the induced EMF of this winding. Now this copper in the this current in the copper band produces its own flux. Now according to Lenz's law, the direction of current in copper band is such that opposes its own cause, that is the decrease in current. So the shaded ring flux aids main flux, which leaves the crowding of flux in the shaded part. See the diagram? Most of the flux in the shaded part of the stator and the flux weaken in the non-shaded part. In unshaded part, flux is less and here flux is more. Right? So this is the total diagram for all three regions. In the first region, flux located in unshaded part, most of the flux located in unshaded portion. In the second case, flux is uniformly distributed, and third case most of the flux in this area, that is shaded area. So here in starting place, here middle, this is the end. So in uniform rotation from left to right starts to rotate by rotor. So this is torque speed characteristics of shaded pole motor. This is similar to capacitor start induction motor. The advantages and disadvantages of shaded pole motor. The advantages of shaded pole induction motor are: first one, very economical and reliable, and its construction is simple and robust because of there is no centrifugal switch. Capacitor start split phase motor, capacitor start capacitor run motor having centrifugal switch. Here there is no centrifugal switch. And the disadvantages of shaded pole induction motor are: one is lower power factor, second starting torque is very low, third one efficiency is very low as the copper loss are high due to the presence of copper band. And next disadvantage is the speed reversal is also difficult and expensive as it requires another set of copper rings. So the size and power rating of this motor is very small. So these motor are usually available in the range of 1 by 300 to 1 by 20 kilowatt. The applications of shaded pole motors are: due to the low starting torques and reasonable costs, these motors are mostly employed in small instruments like hair dryers, toys, record players, small fans, electric clocks, etc. So I stop the session up to this. We will meet on the next session.